Hey guys, welcome to another session of RBTL, or Reading Between the Lines. This is April 10th, developer notes here. A couple things we wanna talk about, and I don't think anyone has expected this. First portion of the news is joint publishing in Japan with Yoastar. So apparently Yoastar is a very popular Japanese publisher. They had successfully published Zero Lane, which is quite successful, and so now with this possibility of this collab with this publisher means that Epic 7 will now be in the Japanese market for sure. They're thinking of Japanese servers as well, and also what excites me the most is probably the Japanese voice acting. That is pretty cool. I can't wait for this. I'm pretty sure this will be a couple months in development, as just casting voice actors and getting them all right with all the heroes we have available right now. It's probably gonna take a couple months, and we can't wait for it. I think a lot of people have been asking for it. Of course, the anime style artwork. I would probably try the Japanese voice just to see how good they are. I still prefer the English one over the Korean ones. It's just because I think the English ones have slightly a bit more depth to it. The quality of the voices I think is a bit better, but it could be just because I don't understand Korean, so that could just be me. But yeah, I can't wait for that. But that also means that there could be a possibility of future collaborations, maybe with Japanese games. That's of course some speculation there, but I'm pretty sure this is probably on everyone's minds. But now just that because they're in the Japanese market, this is gonna sell like hotcakes, I think, because Epic 7 is doing well globally, and it's just really cool to see that Epic 7 is really pushing their boundaries and now even pushing into the Japanese market, which, from my understanding, it was a tough market to get into. That's why Epic 7 didn't start there. But I'm not quite sure how the politics works on that kind of front. But we just know that it hasn't happened until now, and now it's going to happen. So I think that's pretty awesome. Okay, and then so I'm just reading the stream chat here. These guys are looking at updates on the news, I think. Alright, so the next thing is the collaboration. I wanted to give my thoughts on this. Obviously, I think a lot of people were speculating that it would have been coming next week. So that's like, I don't know what's the date today, but basically we can see that it's near the end of April now. So planned for April 25th. Now this is set in stone, so I think for people who are maybe saving Covenant bookmarks for the limited banners, or banner, depends how they set it up, can now plan it a bit better. Now you at least know, like, okay, I'm gonna get X amount of Covenant bookmarks just from like the events, the dailies, etc. They'll be able to plan out how much they need. Now we're assuming that they'll have a pity summon, since the collaboration is most likely a limited banner. But we can't take that for granted. Maybe they won't have it. I hope they do, and I hope they're separate banners, because being a collaboration, being limited, I'm hoping to get at least one of each hero, and apparently there are two pullable heroes. So anyways, it's a 4-week long side story, and it has different types of mechanics. So like the roses may bloom and the eulogy of the saint, and they're saying that it's gonna be like a tournament style thing. Now I'm not gonna speculate what that looks like. They already kind of give us some details. Round 16, and you're gonna be just battling NPCs. So I'm assuming it's just gonna be like mini boss fights, probably like challenge events, but most likely a slightly easier. You can see that some prizes like Malagora. You also get a free 5-star hero in this 5-star collaboration hero within a company artifact. Now so far the free heroes, 4-star or 5-star, haven't been like spectacular. They haven't been bad, but it's just like people kind of like dismiss them because they're free, so they're less valuable. I think that's the reason. So we don't know how this hero will be like. Obviously probably won't be overpowered, since you're not going to be paying for it. But Epic 7 is pretty good at making their heroes quite balanced and useful for certain scenarios. Depends on how you want to use their kit. So looking forward to that. Of course, a free hero is always nice to have, but of course that does leave us with this. So outside of this, we also plan for 2 limited collaboration heroes with accompanying artifacts. So based on the wording here, it would seem that there would be a total of 3 heroes and 3 artifacts, 1 hero being free, 1 artifact being free. Now again, it does depend on whether there's going to be a split banner, like you can see in that preview on the bottom with the Tenebria and Crow. Even if you had a pity summon, it could be salty, because you know, if you got the same like the dupe, you would have to pull another, you know, another set of bookmarks, perhaps all the way to pity, in order to get another one. But you know, it would be even more salty if you got triple dupes, right? So you know, here's to hoping it's a 2 separate banners, so you get to pick and choose. I would think that it just makes sense to do it in 1 banner, but it would be really nice of them to kind of just have a split. So it'd be like, okay, if you have the resources, you get 1 of each for collection purposes. They even do make a note of that, like these heroes are for collection and for enjoyment in this bottom portion here. So I think until we can see the collaboration banner, we are gonna see these drop rate increase banners. So I think after Assyria there should be 1 more based on the event period. So this is up to the 18th. I think there should be 1 more before we get the collaboration on the 25th. So after Assyria, who knows what it would be, but Assyria is going to be a good one, and I'm going to talk about Assyria in another video here. But yeah, they give us the reasoning of why they're going back to these rerun banners, which is really good. I like the thinking of it, because I've been thinking the same thing too. As the game progresses and as you get new heroes, the pool gets diluted. So your chances of actually pulling, let's say, like I don't have a Vildred, the chances of me pulling Vildred is like almost 0 to none. I mean, even just based on the RNG of pulling on banner heroes, pulling an off banner that you don't have is extremely low chance. So that's one of the reasons, because yeah, the pool gets diluted. And the second reason is because they said the same thing I said about a week ago in my RBTL. I did say that it is very refreshing and, you know, like a breath of fresh air for me to kind of be able to skip Kral and Tenebria, because I own both heroes, and I was getting kind of tired of like having to like pull the next new hero. It was really tough to keep up, and so they said the same thing as well. And so therefore, you know, the decision is like, you know, all their reasons are completely understandable. And you know, now this is a good chance for people like myself to get Assyria if I really wanted her. But then of course to keep in mind that we do have 2 limited heroes, pullable heroes coming down the line. Is Assyria someone you want to pull for, or even, you know, whoever is on the next banner? We'll have to see. I myself, I'll say this right now, I'm half. Like I really want Assyria because she would really benefit my my roles, what I need to accomplish. But at the same time, you know, she's pullable off banner. But like I said, the chances of you getting her off banner are almost next to nothing. Like you almost can't get it. So it's gonna be a pretty tough one. Other things to note is that other stuff is coming. So I'm gonna highlight this last sentence here in this paragraph. We're also working towards developing new visual content for Epic 7, as well as further introduce new and varied experiences, whether it be new connection heroes. So that's very exciting for new players, and even us, even old players. New connection heroes, it could possibly be like brand new heroes, not just new connections obtainable for existing heroes. It could be brand new. And then heroes obtainable through Guild War, that's kind of cool too. I have no idea how that's going to look. Hero skins is pretty nice. Of course, I think people were already assuming that, you know, this game is going to probably have skins over time. Like the way that they're running the game, and how it's similar to some other existing games out there, it just kind of makes sense for them to have skins. Now again, whether or not the skins are purchased, or, you know, purchased with in-game currency or purchased with real money, we'll see. New and colossal monsters. I think that refers to the guild bosses. That's interesting to know because we already know that that's already locked down in their UI, in their interface, when you click on the Guild War. So we know that that was coming, so hopefully that's something that's coming soon. And then even the cute little pets. So these pets, apparently they were supposed to be like, you know, help you auto loot, which is kind of nice to have, and it's just gonna add to our whole experience of this game. Anyways, that is it for this session of the developers notes, and yet again, like, congratulations to Smilegate, and you know, it's a big feat for them to partner with such a big Japanese game publisher. It's just amazing. So I'm really looking forward to just seeing Epic 7 continue to be successful, continue to hear us as the community, and to dial in their gameplay and their features in order to fulfill like the balance of, you know, them making money as a company, but also to satisfy the players. But anyways, I'm gonna end this one here. So if you guys have Discord, check out the Discord server, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.